Beneath the rugged peaks of the Hindu Kush lies a land of startling contrasts. Afghanistan, a nation rich in untapped treasures, yet plagued by poverty. A people defined by resilience amidst relentless turmoil. From the opium fields fueling global crises to the struggle for human rights, stay tuned to Columbus World Discoverer, as I am going to uncover the extremes of Afghanistan's landscapes, culture, and the indomitable spirit of its people. Nestled at the heart of the ancient Silk Road, Afghanistan is a country steeped in history and complexity. With its earliest civilizations dating back to at least 5000 BCE, it stands as a testament to the resilience and endurance of human cultures. Afghanistan's strategic geographic location has made it a nexus of various empires and trade routes, contributing to its rich tapestry of ethnicities and traditions. Despite its vibrant cultural heritage, the landlocked nation has also been a battleground for competing powers throughout the centuries, shaping its current national identity. Afghanistan is a land defined by extremes. Its geography alone paints a picture of stark contrast, from the formidable Hindu Kush mountains, soaring skywards with their snow-capped peaks, to the arid deserts that sprawl across its southern and western reaches. These physical extremes are matched by climatic ones, with temperatures that dive well below freezing in the winter, around minus 25 degrees Celsius, and can soar to sweltering heights during the summer months. But the extremes of Afghanistan do not end with its natural environment. They extend to the very lifeblood of the nation, its people, their cultures, and their day-to-day existence. Afghanistan's terrain is a testament to nature's dramatic artistry. The country's topography is defined by the Hindu Kush mountain range, an imposing and continuous series of peaks that stretches across its landscape. The Hindu Kush serves as both spine and sentinel, with elevations that can reach a breathtaking 7,492 meters at their zenith. These mountains do not stand silent. They bear the tales of ancient traders, invaders, and empires that have traversed their passes. Their snow-capped peaks are not just stunning vistas, but also form daunting natural barriers that have historically dictated the ebb and flow of human migration and conquest. In contrast to the vertiginous heights of the Hindu Kush are the stark deserts of Afghanistan's southern regions. The Rajasthan and Dasht-e Margo, or the Desert of Death, stretch their sandy expanse across the provinces of Helmand and Nimruz. This landscape is a sea of sand dunes and barren rock formations where temperatures can swing to extremes that challenge the survival of the most resilient forms of life. The deserts stand as natural extremes, inhospitable and otherworldly, yet strikingly beautiful in their desolation. Before we move further, subscribe to our YouTube channel and become a discoverer. Amidst these two extremes lies the fertility and verdancy of the valleys, most notably the Panjshir Valley. Renowned for its natural beauty and strategic importance, the Panjshir Valley has been carved out over millennia by the Panjshir River. The valley has not only been a military stronghold throughout Afghanistan's tumultuous history, but is also a bastion of agriculture. Its lushness starkly contrasts the barren deserts and icy mountains, with terraced fields and orchards that flourish in the rich soil. These agricultural havens are the lifeline for local communities, providing the sustenance and stability necessary in a land of such stark environmental contrasts. Varied and extreme as its landscapes, with a range that can challenge the hardiest of its inhabitants, the country experiences a continental climate marked by significant temperature variations. Its winters bring biting cold temperatures, around minus 20 degrees Celsius, often plummeting below zero, especially in the mountainous regions where snowfall can isolate communities for months at a time. Conversely, the summers can be brutally hot, with temperatures in the lowland deserts frequently exceeding 50 degrees Celsius, or about 122 degrees Fahrenheit, creating an environment of an intense aridity and evaporation. This climatic variability is not just about the swing from cold to hot. It also includes unpredictable weather patterns that can have profound impacts on daily life. Sudden and heavy rains, though scarce, can lead to flash floods that cascade through valleys with devastating effects. Likewise, droughts can extend over long periods, impacting agriculture, which remains a mainstay of rural livelihoods. These weather extremes test the resilience of the Afghan people and shape the rhythms of their everyday lives. The stark contrast in climate have given rise to a remarkable spectrum of biodiversity within Afghanistan. Life here has evolved to withstand the extremes. In the arid desert regions, you will find species that have adapted to survive with minimal water, like the hardy Sistan starling, which has evolved behaviors to cope with the harsh desert conditions. The mountains host an entirely different ecosystem, with unique flora and fauna such as the elusive snow leopard and Marco Polo sheep, which navigate the rugged terrain and thin air at high altitudes. The cultural landscape is as varied as its physical one, with over a dozen ethnic groups including the Pashtuns, Tajiks, Hazaras, and Uzbeks, contributing to a tapestry rich with diversity. This plurality is echoed in the country's linguistic profile, which boasts two official languages, Dari and Pashto, along a multitude of other tongues spoken across its terrains. Each language serves as a vessel for the stories, poetry, and folklore of the people who speak it, preserving a heritage as ancient as the land itself. The depth of Afghanistan's history is palpable, with empires and dynasties having risen and fallen upon its soil. The remnants of great civilizations such as the Persians, Greeks, and Mongols lie scattered across its landscape, each layer adding depth to its historical narrative. This rich history, however, stands in sharp contrast to the recent turmoil that has beset the nation. Decades of conflict have left indelible marks on the country's cultural fabric, challenging its preservation and the transmission of heritage to future generations. In the villages and rural expanses of Afghanistan, traditional lifestyles prevail. Here, the rhythms of life continue as they have for centuries, governed by the seasonal cycles and ancient customs. Rural Afghans maintain a close connection with the land, their livelihoods intertwined with the vicissitudes of nature. These traditional ways of life, however, are increasingly juxtaposed with the push for modernization. Urban centers like Kabul are bustling hubs where new ideas and technologies mingle with age-old practices. This push and pull between the old and the new create a dynamic environment where cultural extremes meet and are redefined. Afghanistan's culture is at a crossroads, with global influences permeating and challenging traditional norms. The country's youths are at the forefront of this cultural revolution, negotiating the fine balance between the reverence for time-honored traditions and the embrace of modern advancements. This dichotomy between maintaining the old and embracing the new is a dance of extremes, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of Afghan culture in the face of continuous change. Afghanistan's economic landscape is a study in stark contrast. Beneath its war-torn surface lies a treasure trove of untapped mineral wealth, including precious gems, copper, iron, and rare earth elements potentially worth trillions of dollars. Yet this opulence hidden beneath the earth stands in jarring opposition to the widespread poverty that afflicts its population. The vast reserves remain largely unexploited due to ongoing conflict and a lack of infrastructure, leaving the country's significant economic potential unrealized and many of its people in need. The economic extremes of Afghanistan are further accentuated by the disparities between urban and rural life. Cities, while facing their own challenges, often offer greater economic opportunities and services. In contrast, rural areas, although rich in tradition and community ties, frequently lack access to basic necessities such as education, healthcare, and stable employment. This divide is compounded by the country's reliance on the poppy trade, which, while being a significant source of income for many rural communities, has international implications. The production and trafficking of opium fund insurgent groups and fuel addiction crises both within Afghanistan's borders and globally, adding to the country's complex socio-economic narrative. The everyday life of an Afghan is an embodiment of resilience, a continuous adaptation to the geographical hardships and the socio-economic and political tumult. This resilience is not just about survival, it is woven into the fabric of community life where, despite the hardships, there is a persistent endeavor toward education, cultural preservation, and social cohesion. The Afghan spirit, much like the rugged mountains that define its landscape, remains unyielding, a symbol of hope and tenacity in a land of extremes. And that's all for this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe now to my channel, Columbus World Discoverer, and discover the world with me. Until next time, goodbye for now.